Did you know that peeing in the shower could actually be harming your health? While some people see it as a clever way to save water, doctors warn it may come with hidden risks, especially for women. It's one of those everyday habits that seems harmless, but when you look closer, the story becomes a lot more complicated. Many people argue that the biggest advantage is water conservation. Think about it. Every time you flush the toilet, you use roughly 6 liters of water. If you swap just one flush a day for peeing in the shower, that adds up to more than 2,000 liters saved in a year. That's nearly 600 gallons of water from just one person. Now imagine if everyone in the United States did this daily. Together, the nation would save around 185 billion gallons of water every single year. The environmental impact sounds incredible, right? Quick, easy, and eco-friendly. At first glance, it feels like a win for the planet, but here's where the story shifts. Dr. Alicia Jeffrey-Thomas, a pelvic health specialist, has a warning about the potential consequences. She explains that peeing in the shower can actually create a kind of mental conditioning in your brain. Think of Pavlov's famous experiment with dogs, where ringing a bell was enough to make them salivate because they had learned to associate the sound with food. A similar thing can happen with urination. If you regularly pee in the shower while the water is running, your brain can start linking the sound of running water with the urge to pee. That means later, even if you're standing near a sink, hearing a faucet, or listening to the shower, your bladder might suddenly feel the need to release, even when it isn't full. For people who already have pelvic floor issues, this becomes a bigger problem. The pelvic floor is a group of muscles that support important organs like the bladder, uterus, and rectum. When these muscles are weak or overly tight, it can lead to pelvic floor dysfunction. Symptoms include things like urinary leakage, bowel control problems, back pain, and discomfort during sex. Now add the shower peeing habit into the mix, and you might find yourself struggling with urges and leaks at the sound of running water. It's a situation that nobody wants to deal with. Dr. Jeffrey-Thomas also points out another concern. Women's bodies aren't naturally designed to urinate standing up. When you try to pee in the shower in a standing position, the pelvic floor muscles don't fully relax. That means the bladder doesn't completely empty. Over time, this incomplete emptying raises the risk of urinary tract infections and other bladder-related issues. In other words, while it might feel convenient, your body isn't working the way it's supposed to. Some might wonder if squatting in the shower makes it safer. The doctor explains that if the urge is overwhelming, fully squatting does allow the pelvic floor to relax better than standing. However, she still advises against making it a habit. The safer option is simply using the toilet, where your body is in the right position to release urine properly. And what about toilet flushing? If running water can train the brain, why doesn't the sound of a flushing toilet trigger the same problem? According to Dr. Jeffrey-Thomas, it's because flushing usually happens after you've already peed. Your bladder is empty, so your brain doesn't build the same strong connection between the sound and the act of urinating. Still, everyone's bladder triggers are different, and some people may notice more sensitivity than others. Pelvic floor dysfunction itself is already a widespread issue, especially among women. It can be caused by childbirth, surgery, aging, obesity, or even intense physical activity. Since the pelvic floor muscles play such a vital role in controlling urination, it makes sense to avoid habits that could strain them or create confusion for the brain-bladder connection. And that's exactly why experts are cautious about peeing in the shower. So, let's weigh it up. On the pro side, peeing in the shower saves water, it's convenient, and it can feel efficient in a busy routine. On the con side, it may increase the risk of pelvic floor dysfunction, train your brain to pee at the sound of running water, prevent the bladder from emptying properly, and raise the risk of infections. It also isn't the most hygienic habit, since urine can still carry bacteria despite being mostly sterile. At the end of the day, the choice is yours. Some people may continue doing it for the water savings, while others may avoid it for the sake of their long-term health. But what's clear is that this small daily action could have consequences you've never thought about. Saving water is important, but protecting your bladder health is just as essential. Before turning the shower into your personal toilet, it might be worth asking yourself, is it really worth the risk? Thanks for watching. If you found this video helpful or learned something new, don't forget to hit the like button and subscribe for more health and wellness insights. Share this video with a friend. You never know who might need to hear it. Stay healthy, stay mindful, and I'll see you in the next one.